Hey folks, Jeff here at Back to Country. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. If you've been following our channel for a while, you know that this year's been kind of slow for us. We had a lot to do this year that wasn't on the property. So a lot of it's involved taking care of folks and spending time with them as well. Because, you know, as we get older, our parents are getting much older. Life. But they're all still alive, and so we're, decided to spend a little time with them this year and just take care of some family business. So Lorena's been gone quite a bit, spending time with her folks. Her dad actually is not doing that great. Having some challenges with dementia and all that, so part of getting old, unfortunately. And my parents just came back from a long trip out to the Northern California, way behind enemy lines, communist country. Very tough territory, but unfortunately my parents have lived there long before it was commie, and they still live there, and they're getting kind of too old to move. And my dad had a opportunity for hunting season. So in California, the way that hunting works is you buy your license, and then you put in for the area that you want to hunt in order to get drawn. And it's kind of like a lottery. You have to get drawn for different areas. And the area that he has always hunted, as a matter of fact, he hunted there the first time in 1959 with his father. And so it's kind of a special area. My grandfather, I think, even died before I was born. If I met him, I don't remember him. But he died in a construction accident, and so I think my dad was still young when he died. And so the fact that they had that experience hunting there, and then when I was a kid, I went hunting there with my dad as well, and just kind of a thing, I guess. So my dad's best friend, they've been friends for a long time. He was his best man at his wedding, and anyway, they hunt together. He got drawn. My dad got drawn a couple years ago, and then his buddy got drawn this year to hunt in that, what they call X1 is the zone. It's way up in the Modoc mountain range, pretty much right along the California border. Anyway, his friend got drawn, so he was going to go with him, and he kind of felt like this would be the last time he'd ever get to hunt there or go along on a hunt there, because it takes 10 to 14 years to get drawn to hunt there. So I said, well, if this is your last time, I'll go along with you. And then to make it extra special, my son decided to go as well. So we had, we've now had 4 generations that have been able to go up there and at least, ride along on a hunt, whatever. So we did that, and opening day, they shot, my dad's friend shot a little fork and horn, young buck. But man, it was good eating, little mule deer. So here's a little bit of video on that, and we'll come right back after we show that video. Hey folks, Jeff here at Back to Country. So I've been off the property a bit, drove about 1,900 miles to see my folks, and now we are up in the Modoc National Forest. So up above Alturas, California, pretty much right on the Oregon border. If I go about, 1,000 yards or so from where I'm at right now, I'd probably be right on the border. My dad started hunting here in 1959 with his dad. I hunted here as a kid, and now California does a draw system, so it's really hard to get drawn to hunt up here. My dad hunted here a couple of years ago, and now his best friend got drawn to hunt here this year. And this is probably the last time they'll ever come up here hunting, so my son and I came up to join them and just kind of ride along for the hunt. I've been driving and spotting. And yeah, we just shot he just shot a fork and horn buck. Little young buck, but be some great eating. And so, you know, successful trip. It's opening day, and we'll give you a look at that when we get back up there where the deer is at. But show you a little bit of the country up here. It's pretty country, and yeah, so that's where we're at. So here's the little buck. Not a giant, but we was more after meat, and good young buck, quality meat. So after we did that hunt, I went back to my folks' house in Redding, California. It's Northern California, and hung out there for a while. My son then flew out to go home, and then my wife Lorena, she flew in, and so she hung out for a couple weeks, and then we headed back to Texas. And so on our way back to Texas, we went to Las Vegas for a day and a half, and kind of walked around, looked at things, and yeah, it's Las Vegas. Didn't gamble even a penny. Went to a buffet that was a disappointment, and yeah, then we got back on the road. Had the opportunity to stop and visit my mom's brother, my uncle, who lives in Bullhead City, Arizona, which is right across the river from Laughlin, Nevada. So we went there, first time we'd ever been there, and visited them for a bit, and then continued on the road and just made our way back to San Antonio. Stayed in San Antonio for, I don't know, a week or so, and then got back on the road and returned to the property, which is where we're at now. So don't think we took any video. I'll look, if we did, I'll throw it in here, but didn't really do much video on the vacation thing. It turned out to be just a whole lot of visiting and vacation and you know, whatnot. But you may have noticed, if you've been again following our videos, you may have noticed that I've lost quite a bit of weight. So before all that started, this was back in July, I actually had some blood tests and whatnot that didn't come back totally in my favor, and so I thought, well, I guess I better get with it again and work on my health a little bit. So I went on a diet, and you know, really I just cut out sugars, no beer, that's kind of sad, but alcohol, sugars, a lot of bread. I eat like low carb tortillas, and so it's not really a keto diet or an Atkins diet or anything like that. It's more of just cutting out the crap, really. But you know, as I look at a lot of the food we eat, it's poison. It's killing all of us. There are so many chemicals and everything in what we eat, and of course things like high fructose corn syrup and stuff that just is bad for us. And all the food they make so addictive and everything. I'm an addict, I'll tell you, I am. And I got a sweet tooth that don't end, so that was a huge commitment to cut all that out, and I've kind of introduced some of it back in, but it's tough. But I've lost over 30 pounds, so that's a good start. I still got more to go. Started trying to walk again every day. That's hit or miss. Been having some issues, but overall we're doing pretty good. And you know, so as I'm working on my health, and it's time to get back to work on the property. And so our goal here for this trip, we're going to be up here until you know, just before Christmas sometime, where we'll head back to be with family. But our main goal for this trip is to start working on the electrical. We need to get the power panels all hung and wired up and everything, and get ready so that I can tell the power company I'm ready for them to drop the power from the pole up to the transformer they're going to put in, and so that we can get on the grid. So again, if you've been following along, this is nothing new to you, but we did decide that cost-wise, you know, the power company is $4,600 to connect up, and that's over 500-foot run from the power pole to the transformer they're going to set. And then I put in the everything on the building, the meter base, and the wire for them to hook up to the transformer. So $4,600 for them is a lot cheaper than the $50,000 minimum it would cost me to do a solar setup that would meet my requirements. So we decided to go on the grid for power and get that hooked up, and then, you know, we'll develop some solar capabilities as we go. Of course, we've got our generator capabilities we're working on, and you know, we will have redundancy, I guarantee it. And we will also have efficiency. As you know, we've already insulated the heck out of this building. And I tell you, I close the doors at night and the temperatures are dropping down into the 30s. We haven't had a freeze since we've been here yet, but we're getting down into the 30s. And even with that, the temperature inside the RV, which is parked inside the shop, is been 66 every morning. And that's with no heater or nothing. That's just in there. So imagine when we put a building in here that's going to be an insulated building inside an insulated building. So efficiency is good, and all the appliances we're going to use are going to be very efficient. So not looking at a lot of power consumption from our living. The power consumption, our immediate needs for running equipment and things like that, I plan on you know, having a little bit of a machine shop here that is just for my fun and entertainment. But some of that stuff has some power requirements, as well as welders and things like that. So yeah, that's why we want the power. Of course, we're going to stretch that power from this building as well to our greenhouses and everything else when we get into aquaponics and that kind of stuff. So lots and lots of plans, lots of work ahead. Hopefully this upcoming year will be you know, much more productive. I plan to be here a lot more this next year. I kind of dedicated last year to getting some things done. We started out trying to move, you know, and move our some of our household goods up here. That didn't go the way we thought it would, because we met our weight requirement early on, and so then it was focusing on trying to get paid from the government, and that was a challenge and took quite a bit of time. Then I came back up here and started working on trying to gather parts and everything for this power build, and just doing some other stuff. So been a busy year, but I don't feel like it was a real productive year, because we didn't really accomplish that much. But I guess when we look back, this spray foam got done this year, so I mean, it's all something. But I hope next year is going to be a very productive year, because just on the docket, my plans, of course, is the power. Once we get hooked up to the grid, get the power all in and everything, of course I'm doing the wiring and all that myself. And then from there, the next thing we'll do is I'm going to get rain gutters, and I need to put rain gutters on this building and downspouts, and then start working on our collection system and getting that plumbed in, and get our tanks set where we want them and everything. And then once that's done, then we'll build the pump house, and you know, that's how we'll deliver the water from the tanks to our living quarters. And once the water collection system's done, then the next thing will be the septic system, which I plan to do it myself as well. So that'll be another big job. And then yeah, once the septic system's done, then the next thing will be is start building the living quarters. So got some really big projects ahead of us. Of course, you know, everything else that life has to offer in between. And I'm continuing to work on my health, so should be a busy year. But that's kind of where we're at. That's our update. Hopefully you'll stick with us and keep watching our videos. And hopefully we'll keep providing stuff that's both entertaining and help somebody out, informative. We try not to screw up when we're doing our stuff, but we're just doing it the best we can and doing it our way. So you never know what you're going to see here at Back to Country, doing it the country way. y'all stick with us till the next one. Take care. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.